Julia, Vicky, Mishi, Matthew, B, Rihanna. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm Natalie. I'm a spiritual life coach and Reiki Master Teacher, and very human. Hi, Kieran. Yeah, and I've felt very human recently in the past few days. I'm saying it's the eclipse. I don't know if it's happening for anyone else or whatever. I try not to go into a lot of stuff about planets and things with how I feel, but also there is something to it. We are water. We are influenced by pulls, gravitational and energetic pulls of things. So, hi Melinda. Is Mercury in retrograde also? I thought I was just new about this eclipse. So I was talking with one of my clients yesterday and was like, astrology is a language of its own. Yeah, because the full moon eclipse was at conjunct my Pluto in my first house that conjuncts my ascendant, my rising sign in Libra. So, which is, for me, would affect 7th house, personal, romantic relationships and business one-on-one partnerships. So, yeah, a lot's been up with all of that. Anyway, and also I live in Bali, and also I live in Ubud, Bali, which, yes, it was, Wendy, the eclipse was at 5 degrees Libra. My rising's 8 degrees Libra. My Pluto is 5 degrees Libra. So, and again, those that don't speak the language of astrology, that may go over your head. But yeah, yesterday was an intense day. I'll just say that. And yeah, living in Bali, living in Ubud especially. Ubud, from what I know, the word Ubud means medicine in Balinese language. So if anyone's come to Bali or knows Bali, it's like, yeah, there's like party areas of Bali, but Ubud is like the spiritual hub. And it just, people come here and they're healing and they're broken open and they're transformed. And it's not easy. It's like we all, well, not we all, many of us, me included, say, I want transformation. Bring it on. Let's do shadow work. Let's do all this. And then it's like, when it's happening, it's like, never mind, get me the fuck out of here. I just want everything to go back the way it was. And that's not possible. So I'm feeling energies like that. So hi, Jenna. Glad you are here and awake for the session. So anyway, that is what it is, what I just said. So thank you for receiving. Hi, EI. If you are new to me, as I said, I'm a spiritual life coach and Reiki Master Teacher. Please follow me here on Insight Timer, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. The replays of all my lives are on my YouTube. When the internet's better, I'll double live stream again. But I'm not trusting that right now because that takes up a lot more bandwidth. So you can catch the replays. Tomorrow I'll be going live. Let me check, make sure. tomorrow, yes, at about the same time, we will be doing our book series, There Is Nothing Wrong With You, which is a very deep and powerful series. We'll be going live Saturday Night Live. I think I'm going live the day after. Yes, Friday around this exact time, we'll be doing a Conversations with God book series. I'm just loving even more diving into this book. I've already very familiar, but I've started picking it up in the morning, and yeah, this morning in like, highlighting passages. And yeah, actually today I just opened it to page 105, chapter 6, highlighted some things where God is saying, I'm not pleased with suffering. Suffering is unnecessary. Suffering has nothing to do with events, but with one's reaction to them. What's happening is merely what's happening. So even that, we could have a whole live stream on that. Everything is a neutral event. What's happening is just what's happening. The suffering comes from our reaction to what's happening, and that's what I've been working with in the past day or two. So yeah, I mean, that book too, also yesterday I was reading, and it was saying, the most important thing is our relationship to everything around us. How are we relating to our life, our events, people, circumstances, situations? That's the most important thing. So, hi Liz, hi Dawn, hi Ginger. So today, this idea for this live stream came in as a download or as an idea somewhere with a client or something. So I'm excited to dive into this one. I've never done an exact topic on this before. Hi, Lady Peacock. Where we're going to talk about our language and our words. So, and as a life coach, and maybe even as a Gemini life coach, or just with my moon in the 3rd house, ruled by Gemini of communication, I'm tuned into words and language, especially as I'm sitting with clients or with people in session. This opening came to me when I was in a life transformational training in 2015-16, where I was introduced to these ideas of changing your words and how powerful that can be. The very first time this happened was in 2004, and this was so impactful, I remember it now, so listen up. I was at this training. I was a colon hydrotherapist, as many know. I was doing this, some sort of training or some sort of thing, and there was a speaker, and he put a pen, I have a to-go sustainable fork. He put a pen in his hand, and he asked anybody in the room, come up and try to take this pen out of my hand. Come and try to take this pen out of my hand. So I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think somebody must have come up and took it, and he said, but you didn't try, you took it, so put it back. Try to take it. It's like, well, what is that? how can you try to take the pen? You either take it or you do not take it. Try is nothing. So that always stuck with me, and from that moment on, the word try was like red flagged in my mind. And he told us that stop using the word try, because you can't try and do something. So how many of you have never heard this before? Okay, wonderful internet. Yes, I'm back, but I am resisting this. I don't like it. Okay, it's back. But I don't want to do this in this way. And I apologize, and I thank you for your patience. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my connection source. If it ends the live stream, I will come on to my YouTube and I will go live on my YouTube channel, which is Natalie M. Speakman. So I invite you to join me over there. And if this ends, yeah, because it's not good. And I apologize. Next time, I'm not even going to try to use this Wi-Fi again. So thank you for your patience. Hopefully, I will be right back. Let's see. Here we go. Still here. Still here. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. I'm back, but then it just dropped. So. Before, when I did this, it ended the live, so that's good information. So I get to look at why am I creating this? And we all get to look at that. So many of you said you didn't hear my little story. So I'm just going to condense it and say, imagine I say to you, try and take this fork out of my hand. If you were here, you can't. You can't try. You either take it or you do not take it. So look at in your life, where do you use the word tried? Have you heard of that before? Is this your first time hearing a concept like that? If it is, this will be really impactful for you, because anyone that uses the word try, that means they are likely not going to do the thing, or it's a 50-50 chance. Have you ever, if you are like aware of using this word or hearing this word, have you ever had anybody say it to you, and then have you ever noticed if they've actually done or not done the thing? Heather, I love this because, yeah, it's a thing and some people know it, and if you don't, this is going to be really powerful. So for me as a life coach in session, I like when people say I'm going to try, because I get to challenge them immediately and be like, wait a minute here, let's slow down. If you're saying you're going to try and do this, there's definitely something underneath that, which means you're not committed, you're not a yes. You're either like people pleasing, like telling me you'll try and do something out of like people pleasing, or you're not sure you're going to do it yourself, or there's fear, or there's something there. Nobody ever says, I'm going to try and eat lunch today. Nobody ever says, I mean, unless you don't like your job, I'm going to try and go to work today. You just do it, right? So this one thing, if you take nothing else from this live, that will really impact you. And be gentle with yourself with all of these words I'm going to share with you. That give yourself a break, because if this is new to you, or if some of these are new, or all of these are new, you're going to start seeing that you say them everywhere, and then it would be very easy to be like, oh my God, I'm so fucked, or whatever, right? So come to the live stream tomorrow. There's nothing wrong with you if you notice that happens. Because it's new information, it's new awareness, and in order to change, we need to have awareness first. So celebrate it. The invitation with all of this is, ooh, I said the word tried, and now I noticed. Awesome, great job. And when then you'll start to notice other people saying try and other words. The invitation there is not to judge them for where they're saying that, right? Awesome, Melinda, Lady Peacock, Heather. So that is, I would say, one of the biggest nuggets. So how many of you say, I have to go to work on Monday? Or I have to go to work whenever? Or I have to go to the DMV. I have to go to the dentist or the doctor. Or I have to go pick up my daughter after school. Or I have to go run some errands. Liz. So wait, it's dipping a bit, but not like as much as before, the internet. So Liz, I hear you that you say you're going to try. Why don't you I invite you to make a bold statement. I'm going to do my best to eliminate the word try from my vocabulary. Deb, every day you say you have to go to work. I mean, I used to do that as well. So do you see why this one would not be the best thing to say? Does anybody see a problem with it? Does anybody, do you understand or not understand why saying I have to do this or that, yes, is not the best? Tony, thanks for this definition. To make an effort or strive. I tried to meditate and I did. But you didn't try, Tony, if I may dig in a bit here. You didn't try, you did it. So to have an effort could be looked at as to have an intention. So how about this? You had an intention to meditate and you did. And also, yeah, you picked up 100-pound weight, or you. So that one is a little different. I love that. I tried to pick up a weight and I couldn't. So maybe the reframe with that would be I made an effort because there was an actual action, or I picked up the bar and it wouldn't move. Something like that. So that's juicy. That's great. Yes, so with have, there's no choice. Heather says reframe have to, or should. Yeah, so should is another one we're going to get to switch. Yes, Dawn, the word have to is there's no joy. Ooh, awesome, Melinda. So, have to. Have to implies we are not at choice. So if anyone else, and I know I did this for years, I mean, even if it wasn't conscious, it was like unconscious, I have to go to work. You actually don't. And you know, somebody might argue with me about that, but it's true. You are making a choice to go to work. You do not have to. Even the dentist, it's a choice. You can choose to continue in suffering, or you can choose to go to the dentist. It's a choice. Do you see the shift in the energy there? It's empowering. So those of you that are noticing, oh wow, I say have to about a lot of things. It's being like a victim to circumstance in a subtle way. So those of you that say you have to go to work, this can be a huge shift for you to start shifting the mindset to the actual literal reality of the truth. You do not have to go to work. It feels like that. Yes, Deb, thank you for playing with this one with me. Thank you for speaking up. Can you feel that shift? And so a fun way to switch the have to, if you're like, I have to go to work today. I have to get up. It's Monday morning. I have to get up and go to work. I mean, I was in that for years. I get to get up and go to work. I get to go to work. I get to go to the dentist. And Melinda shared that. Like, they had a good experience, actually. I get to have surgery. If I choose not to go to the dentist, if I choose not to have surgery, then I'm going to choose the results of that inaction. My tooth will continue to hurt, and maybe I'll get a horrible, things will happen. Same with surgery. And then if I choose or not to, then I'll make a different choice. So I get to go to work. I get to go to the dentist. I get to pick up my kids after school. I get to go run errands. I get to go to the laundry. I get to pick up my dry cleaning. I get to take the car to the shop. Another one that fits with this, and I'm going to get to what Liz just said next. Have to, one that's quite similar, is need to. Even it might be I need to take a shower. Or these might be more to like, I need to eat lunch. I need to pay my bill. I need to drop off the dry cleaning. It's similar, but there's a little bit of a different flavor there, but it's still disempowered. It's still not being in choice. So with the need and the have to, you get to flip those to I get to. I get to take a shower. I get to eat now. I get to pick up my dry cleaning. I get to drop off the kids. I get to go to work. I get to pay my bill. This is great, Heather. I'm so excited for you and anyone else who you're seeing these for the first time maybe. So the next one is really, these are all really impactful in this one as well. And this one's pretty popular, the word should. This one also I've been working with for many years. I don't know, maybe this came in the life transformational training. How many of you say you should do things or shouldn't do things? Well, I should go to the doctor and get a checkup. I should work on my resume. I should go to the gym tomorrow. I should join the gym. I should go on a diet. I need to lose weight. I have to lose weight. I get to lose weight. I should stop eating sugar. I should stop drinking. I shouldn't get so upset. Because of the eclipse energy. Yes, so when we should, we are in shame. We are shaming ourselves. It means you're not doing something, like you're out of alignment, like whatever it is, like, oh, I should comb my hair, but I'm not. I'm not. I should do it. I'm not. So then I'm sitting here feeling like shit and shaming myself. Like this is all subtle. So yeah, whatever. I'm just using this as an example because yeah, but I don't use should. So this is the reframe, as a couple of people have said. Could. I should have combed my hair before the live stream. What good is that? It's shaming. If I think that or I say that, I'm shaming myself. Do you see that? Should is shaming. Oh, it means like I'm regretting that I didn't. I'm wishing that I did. And so I'm just shaming myself. When you flip it, just very simply, I could have combed my hair. Feel the difference in that. The low vibration, oh God, I should have combed my hair. The higher vibration, I could have combed my hair. Yeah, I could have, and I didn't, and that's it. Or you can use it in the future. I should go to the gym tomorrow. I could go to the gym tomorrow. So these are all, it's very subtle ways the subconscious mind and like the mindset is exposed. And most of these are like victim, disempowered, keeping ourselves small. Ways of like almost unconsciously, subconsciously keeping ourselves down. Do y'all see that? Hi, Rochelle. I have missed you. I have noticed your presence is missing, so I'm glad you're here. And also the replays are available, which I know maybe not optimal, and they are there if you choose or anyone chooses to utilize them if you do miss my live streams. Hi, Faye. Yeah, so it's a subtle self-criticism. That's a great way to put it, Heather. Thank you. Hola, Mark. So if you're just joining in, if you've missed it, we've gone over, hi Nancy, we've got a few Nancys here. We've got, we started with the word try, just eliminating it. You either do or don't do, as Yoda says. So notice where you say try, and just say, oh, if you think it, okay, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to read a chapter of Conversations with God tonight. If somebody ever says like, oh, I'll try and join in the live stream, I'm just using an example, like if somebody says something like that, usually I will, of course, do my best not to judge and also not have an expectation that they may show. Or have you ever heard anyone, I'll try to make it to the party, I'll try to make it to lunch. And it's okay. That's like polite, like whatever. But we get to choose our own words. We don't want to be like dissecting other people's. But you'll start noticing it. So we've got try, we've got have to and need to. Those get to flip to get to. I get to instead of I have to or I need to. And then should. Don't should all over yourself anymore, sweeties. You can could. Could is full of possibility. Should is full of like this energy of heaviness and like forcing an expectation or obligation. That's the word. Obligation. Should has this obligate, and try can also have an obligation. Yeah. So, should gets to change to could. Watch when you start. I don't know where you are on the journey because we've got many people in here. Maybe this is, you're well practiced, or maybe you've never heard any of this. But regardless, wherever you are, starting to notice when you either think or say these things, what's going to happen if you really dive into this. Like you'll notice you're saying it, then you'll correct yourself out loud to whoever. Then you'll stop saying it and you'll say the new word. Then you'll notice in your thinking before you even say it. So then you will say the correct, or whatever, the more positive vibration word. And then eventually, you'll correct it in your mind, and then you'll have the new rewiring. Like, sometimes I will still think should, but very rarely. And if I do, I automatically change it to could in my mind. So that's how the process is. And then I act in alignment with that, and I have a different energy when I do that. So one other one that's coming up that's sort of in the need to or have to, in the get to. Another where you could take that is I'm going to. Or even the try. I'll try to. Definitely you can switch that to I'm going to. Or make a choice I'm not going to. But don't sit in this like cloudy gray middle of non-commitment. Try is very much an energy of non-commitment and vagueness. When we hide in being vague, we don't have to make a decision or take action. So the other word the other place where I was going with this was thinking about, mainly in the context, like it came up, thinking about in my coaching, in my life coaching conversations and with clients around commitment, and this idea of commitment, because, making change, transforming, getting different results requires different actions, different thoughts, and it requires an intention, a desire, intention, and commitment. So in being in conversation with people and kind of diving into their desires and their visions and their goals and what's in the way of them creating them, the language or the idea about doing something or not doing something comes in. So when we make a commitment and when we say that word, even, if somebody's like, well, I want to do this, I want to open a new business, I want to raise, I want a new job, I want to move, I want to go on a trip to Bali, I want to hire a coach, or I want to, fire my employees, or I want to leave my marriage, I want to lose weight. All of these want tos, can also have an energy of like should underneath, or like I want to but I can't, or I'm not willing. So when we are committed, that kind of supersedes this energy of just wanting to. So if y'all think about things that you want in your life, there can be this energy of I want to but I can't, or it's too hard, or it's inaccessible, or it's not possible. So this isn't necessarily about a word, but like an idea. But it can show up, like there can be red flag words around this stuff too. So look at things that you want. And then ask yourself the question, how committed am I to creating it? Am I committed? Am I interested, or am I committed? For those of you who say, I have to go to work. For me, when I said that, I hated my job and I was miserable. And I didn't want it anymore, but I felt stuck, and I felt like there's no other jobs in my area where I could get with my qualifications at this pay. And I work from home 2 days a week, and my job is not that bad. So I had all of this stuff around it. And I felt like I have to, even though I want something different, there's nothing else out there for me. So I just have to resign myself. So this is very much a victim mindset and a disempowered mindset. And I was in it for years, so I'm not saying anything that I wasn't. So getting to move to a place of possibility. Of I want a new job, and then I'm willing to do what it takes. I can, and I will, and I am. That's the journey of commitment. It takes thinking different thoughts and doing different actions. And as like a plug for life coaching, I mean, this is what, the container of coaching can be really helpful for. Yeah, Liz, so I don't see a problem with saying I'm going to, unless it becomes a pattern for somebody to say I'm going to and then they never follow through with their word. But I'm going to is much better than I'll try. I'm going to is much better than I should. I'm going to is much better than I want to, or I have to, or I need to, because that's an action. That's a statement of action that you are taking, that you are declaring that you will take. Great question. So I'm going to draw, work your light here. Really feeling to do this. Woo, Hannah. Amazing. I'm going to create a space of healing for myself. How powerful is that? Even more than I want to. Because that's just a desire without action. Thank you, Liz. Yay, Deb. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. So it's time. What this reminds me of and what's coming through about this card is, and I've been in reflection about this past week, is that if you think about humanity and the evolution of humans in our minds and our consciousness, if you think about even 100 years ago, or maybe even 50, how much more aware we are of everything. 100 years ago, would people even be able to have a conversation about changing should to could, and have to get to, and having an intention and a commitment? I mean, I think it would be there, but maybe just in maybe like 1% of the mind of the world, of the collective consciousness, even 100 years ago. But now look at how popular these ideas about mindset, about growth. Even I look at yoga as one small example to pull out. You know, I'm 47. My mom, when I was like 15, I'll always remember, she had books. She had a bookshelf and books. She had this book, Yoga in 10 Lessons. And I remember I was 15, it was summer, you know, like bored during the summer, kid. I got out this yoga book. I didn't know what yoga was. I started reading it. I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting. It had like 10 poses. And I remember like going in the backyard and doing them, and I felt this peace. And I was like, wow, there's something here with this. And I did it a bit. I imagine, I mean, I'm just going to guess that many 15-year-olds nowadays have heard of yoga. I imagine back then, 30 years ago, how many yoga studios were there in my area that I grew up in, or in the U.S. compared to now? So to me, this is all evidence of the raising of the consciousness, that just being one. But the fact that we're able, even if you look at gender equality, gender fluidity, the LGBTQIA+, all of that, just the fact that it's even a conversation, that just the fact that there's now like he, she, and they. How many years ago was this it wasn't even in the ability of our minds. So to me, I'm like, this is all evidence of the awakening of the collective. And this is why I'm bringing this in. And hi, Britt. The age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. I feel like what this means and what I'm saying is that all of these thoughts have been in the subconscious, in the unconscious, in the shadow, and that we are bringing this all to light, and we've been training for it for lifetimes, and it's time, and it's happening, and humanity is evolving, the collective is awakening, expanding, our vibration is rising. And it's happening here now when we change our words from should to could. So don't underestimate the power of this. Awesome, Britt. Sherry, thanks for sharing. And there were some other comments that I missed. Lady Peacock, your birthday. So wait a minute, where are we? So you're an Aries. Awesome. Happy birthday. At the bottom of the deck here, we have Star Mother. I've never seen this card in this deck yet. Never popped out. Star mother. How can you mother yourself? Who needs, or nope, no need. Who gets to mother theirself? Who has a sense when they see this, they're like, ooh, that feels like a good thing? Who gets to mother themselves? How can you? Beautiful. I want to look at this star mother like description. So this is Work Your Light. If you want to look up any of these cards, I'm just typing it with one finger, so hold on. Okay, I want to see about this. Ooh, this is going to be good, y'all. Awesome, Deb. So I want you, we're going to close with this. This star mother and the energy of this is coming through here right now for you if you're hearing this or seeing the replay. Oh, and Rochelle, glad you watch the replays and that they're helpful. I saw that. You said that earlier. So take this in, okay? Relax. Take in these words. You are more held than you could possibly imagine, loved and cherished so dearly that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. Let the mother carry your burdens. Let her rock away your fears. Lay all of your worries, regrets, shame, and guilt on her altar. Please, please, sweet child, do not fear. You are love in motion. If you allow it, you are already healed. Let her remind you of your goodness. Let her love away your fears. Your capacity to love and hold others is limited to your capacity to love and hold yourself. Be compassionate with your sweet body, mind, and soul. Treat yourself like the beautiful spirit that you truly are. Remind yourself that you're doing your best and try not to carry it all on your own. You have got this, and the mother has got you. Let her broad arms take away your burdens. Let her lift the weight of the world off your shoulders. Forgive yourself, my dear, sweet child of the earth. How can you mother yourself? So, beautiful transmission, beautiful energy of Star Mother coming through. My favorite line in that was, you are loved and cherished so dearly that if you knew, you would not spend 1 second of your life in separation, worry, or fear. So just tune into that reality of love. We get so wrapped up in the day-to-day, in situations, in happenings. And it doesn't mean they're not stressful or concerning or painful or causing suffering. And also, if we knew how much we were loved, cherished, supported, cared for, we would not worry or fear. And that's the reality. This is not the reality. Hi, Erica. Welcome. Glad you're here. Perfect timing as we close the live stream for now, and I'll be back tomorrow at about the same time. Well, an hour earlier, I think hour and a half. Please follow me here, also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Check out my website, check my profile here. Give a donation if you feel called. Hi, Astrid. Glad for that, Deb. I'll see you here tomorrow. Hi, Karen. Good night, good evening. Yeah, I've got some offerings coming up. You know, I do one-on-ones, all that good stuff. So just check me out if you feel called to work with me more deeply. We can see what's available for that. Follow your guidance, follow your heart call. And yes, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you all. Namaste.